What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel where you receive laughs, knowledge, and love. If you have not yet, just make sure that you click that subscribe button and that notification bell so that way you're in the loop. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for Pageant. This is going to be a tutorial that works well for onstage and interview. There's going to be some simple modifications for onstage because the lights are a little bit brighter, so you need to have your makeup a little bit heavier. But for interview, I wanted to keep it very simple and something that is natural, so when the judges are looking real close and personal, it's not too much makeup. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the very first thing that I like to do is my eyebrows. I find that it's a lot easier because when I do my foundation first and then I try to do my eyeshadow, there's a lot of fallout and I just think it's a lot harder to clean up. So I like to do my eyebrows first. This part you can do however you would like. I keep my eyebrows the same no matter if it's on stage or interview because they're just eyebrows. I don't think it really affects anything. The effects come when it's your foundation and your eyeshadow. You have to be a little bit lighter with one and heavier with the other. I like to do my eyebrows first. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I do them. I'm gonna be using the Benefit Proof Brow Pencil. I just got this. It was said to be waterproof and my eyebrows are actually the first thing to go. So I hope this works. So let's just go ahead and do my eyebrows first and then I'll see you guys later. So I'm all done filling in my eyebrows. They're a little bit dark, a little bit heavy. Once I clean up the bottoms, that's when it normally starts to dial down a little bit, but right now they are a little bit strong. I'm gonna take my Aussie hairspray and I just like to spray the spoolie first, and then I'll just go ahead and brush up my hairs. I'll brush them up and then I'll kind of lay them down. So I did notice that they were really dark. Like I was looking back at the video and my hand was like legit scraping my eyebrows off, I'm pretty sure. So I dialed it down a little bit. However, they look kind of crazy. So doing the concealer is probably the best thing because it does clean up a lot. So I definitely recommend trusting in the concealer, but having a light hand on the eyebrows at first so you don't even have to do much of this. Something that I think is really cool about the LA Girl Pro Concealer is that if you wait a second, it almost dries. So I like to sit and let it dry for a little bit and then blend it out. I think that that's a little bit easier. But just really stay away from the eyebrow itself. And I even like to pull up my eyebrow like this. For the eyes, I'm going to be using the Morphe Nature Glow palette. This is $3.50. I actually just bought this yesterday, so I still have the names, so I can actually like put the names up on the screen. On my other Morphe palette, I kind of forgot what the names were, so it was like no help. You can take any type of concealer like powder and just go ahead and put that on your eyes to set that concealer. So for both on stage and interview, I'm a golden brown girl, so I like to keep my makeup very, very neutral. I know a lot of people do that anyway. I don't see anyone like with blue or pink eyeshadow on stage, but hey, to each his own. If that's what you want to do, you do it. I'm gonna first go in with Extra in the Morphe palette, and this one's like a reddish orange. It's a really pretty color. I'm going to go ahead and just take this and have a really, really light hand, like I'm really relaxing my hands. I think the problem with a lot of people doing their makeup is they don't let it build up. They just go right to the dark colors and then they get stuck and they're left with the black eye. So start with those transitional colors and let it build up. Okay, now that I've gotten that on there, when it comes to onstage makeup, you want to use darker browns. For interview, I would stick to lighter browns. I'm going to take the brown color in here. It's called Unreal. And this one is really cool. It's not too dark. It's just got the perfect match for brown. And I think it may even go on my face a little bit more lightly than any of the other browns in this palette, but that's really good. Again, you want to build it up as you go. So I've got that on there, and you really can't even tell that there's any eyeshadow on my face right now, and that's the point. Again, keeping it simple, then building your way up is going to be the key goal. That's what you are going to strive for, because if you start off with super dark colors, you are going to get stuck. There's been times where I've gone straight up black, and I'm like, why did I do that? Lord, why did I do that? Because from there, it's really hard to blend that out. So I went with the lighter colors, and it is okay. Now I'm going to take this brush is a little bit focused, or it's a little bit thinner than that one. It's not as fluffy, and the bristles are focused into one area. The next color I'm going to take is called Bang. This is still in that Morphe palette, and it's almost like a brown, but it kind of has a little bit of sparkle to it. So I'm just going to really focus this on the outer corners of my eye. There's the color. The color that I'm referring to in the Morphe palette is called Dude, and I really did like this one. I noticed that it came on a little bit too strong, but that's okay. I just took that transitional color in the extra and burnt spice, and then I just went ahead and blended that out so it wasn't as harsh as it seemed. Okay, so I've gotten my base on. Now it's time to work on my lid. So I'm going to take my Mario Badescu Rose Water, and I'm going to take the colors Clear, Legacy, Glow Girl, Sparks, and Sizzle, and I'm going to blend all those together. They probably look the same if you use just one, but I just kind of like blending them together. You don't have to really do that. Okay, so I've focused that on the lid, and I'm satisfied with the gold color. The golds in the palettes are not too vibrant, which is really nice, because I've started to turn to more of a really like neutral pageant look. I used to do a lot of like the golds, like glittery golds, and I look back and I was like, that doesn't look good on stage. It's better to have a flat tone, because I think the lights bounce off of that a little bit better and your makeup looks solid. I think with the glitter, it can kind of make it look really weird, especially with those lights. Sometimes the gold gets a little bit in that crease area, and I want it to look really cut and clean. So I'm going to take that dude again, and then I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the top. Next, I'm going to move on to eyeliner, and I just like to start from the inner corners of my eye to the outside. I don't do any winged liner for pageants, but if that's something that you want to do, that is perfectly fine. It's all up to you. Okay, so for my eyelashes, I'm going to be taking the Kiss Everlashes, and I first like to start off by taking the eyelash glue and letting it sit for a complete 30 seconds. Then I'll take the applicator that it has. I will take a mirror and just look down onto the mirror, and then I will place those lashes as close to my eyelash line as possible. The key is to make sure that you let that glue get tacky, and trust me, you will have better results if you do so. I'm then going to take my Lash Paradise from L'Oreal and just seal my real lashes to the fake ones. Then I'll take my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop primer, and I'll just only focus that in the areas where my face gets the oiliest. Okay, so I've got my primer on, and as you can see, I'm going to move up a little bit close. It's starting to settle in the areas where I put it, and it gives like a really solid, like your pores are completely gone. That's absolutely amazing. I love the fact that it does that. Then I'll take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and a flat brush, and then I'll just blend that out. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's a little bit blotchy. So this is where the foundation comes in handy, and where putting primer all over my face doesn't. Because if I were to do that, I noticed that this concealer does work really good without the primer. However, my face gets oily and it doesn't last as long. And for those of you who do pageants, you know that your makeup needs to last, if not for a few hours, all day. So I definitely recommend only focusing that primer in the specific areas that you need it. The NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop is the foundation that I'm also using. I'm doing the method where I'm filling in my face. That sounds kind of weird, but I don't put the foundation all over my face, so just where I need it. And I'm trying to dab as much as possible. On my forehead, you can see me sweeping a little bit, but use dabbing motions just so the blotchiness can kind of go away. And again, using that primer can sometimes get the foundation, it'll like stick a little bit to your face, so you may have to rub in some areas harder than others. That little spot up there, turning your head is like, it can be crucial, man. Like somebody will be like, oh my God, girl, did you blend in your makeup? And you're gonna have to say no because you didn't turn your head. So turn your heads in all directions of light so you can see if you need to blend it out anywhere. So around my nose, I need to blend it out right here, and then make this a little bit more seamless. And that is something that I can do with the powder, making that a little bit more cut. This is like the Too Faced. This is actually the contour powder, but this works as a under eye setting powder. And I blend that with the Revolution and Terracotta, and I blend the two together. I use that underneath my eyes and in all the highlighted areas. Okay, so while that is setting, I like to just go ahead and do my lips right away. For interview, I would stick with like peachy colors. I wouldn't do anything too vibrant. And again, guys, like all these things that I'm doing, it's just things that I recommend because I think that it makes you look a little bit more natural for interview, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. If you feel comfortable, people are going to be able to feel if you don't feel comfortable with something. So if you feel comfortable wearing a vibrant lip, go ahead and do that. Be bold, be you. But me personally, this is just what I do. I don't like to use anything too bold. You're gonna see the red that I put on at first, but then I dull it down with the pink. First, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild liquid lip, and this is in the color Video Vixen, and I use this as a lip liner. Then I'll take my Kat Von D liquid lip in the color Ludwig, and I'll just focus this on the center of my lips. After that, I'll take my Ruby Kisses lip gloss and set that on top. And if I find that it looks too pink, like up here, it's kind of giving me that like ashy vibe, I'll just take a makeup wipe and then just dab that a little bit. Once I have applied all my lips, I'm just going to go ahead and sweep off the rest of the powder that I had setting on my face. I then noticed that it was a little bit ashy, so I took my Flesh in Mocha. It's a good contour stick, and then I just applied that in all of the contour areas just to bring some color back to my face. Last step is taking my highlighter. For Onstage, I like to use highlighter. For interview, I do too, but like it'll look just like that. I don't go too crazy, so I'll just take that highlighter and just apply it in those areas. Oh, I almost forgot blush. Oh shoot. Okay, sorry, all the lighting's getting kind of crazy. The sun is going down and I'm using natural light, so that's the culprit. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. The reason why I made this video is because I looked on YouTube and there are no there's actually hardly any makeup tutorials specifically for pageants. I wanted to make sure that my girls of color are appreciated and they have a video to look up. I know I've only seen a few. If you're not black, that's fine. Like, you can still do this makeup tutorial. This is a type of makeup tutorial that's very, very neutral, and everybody kind of does the same steps when it comes to this type of makeup. But I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. If I left out anything, I'm so sorry. Just remind me and I can, you know, just message you guys, be like, hey, this is what you do instead. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Love you, good day.